An anonymous investor offered to fund my failing startup on one condition because he'd been my biological father's old business partner, and this was his way of finishing something. My startup was 3 weeks from shutting down completely, payroll unmade, investors long gone, when an email arrived from a name I didn't recognize, offering a full funding round with almost no strings attached beyond a single unusual request. He wanted one in-person meeting, no pitch deck required, before signing anything. I assumed it was a scam. Desperate enough to check anyway, I showed up to a small downtown office that turned out to belong to a genuinely established, well-respected investment firm. The man across the table, easily in his 70s, studied me for a long moment before speaking. He told me my last name had caught his attention scrolling through cold pitch emails his associate had passed along, a name he hadn't heard spoken aloud in nearly 30 years. He'd been business partners with my father decades earlier, before I was born, building an early tech company together in a garage not unlike my own startup's humble beginnings. Their company had been on the verge of a breakthrough when my father, only 28 at the time, died suddenly in a car accident, leaving the partnership and the promising technology they'd built together in limbo. He bought out my father's shares for my grieving mother shortly afterward, at what he now openly admitted was an unfairly low price, taken advantage of during a moment when she was in no position to negotiate anything with a newborn and overwhelming grief to manage. That technology eventually became the foundation of his now successful firm, built almost entirely on ideas my father had co-created and never got to see through. He said he'd carried quiet guilt about that buyout for 30 years, guilt he'd never found a way to properly address, until my name landed in his inbox attached to a startup pitch that, coincidentally, tackled a problem in almost the exact same space he and my father had once worked in together. Here's the twist that turned a business meeting into something far more personal. He wasn't offering to fund my company purely out of guilt or charity. He genuinely believed, after reviewing my pitch properly, that I'd built something with real potential entirely on my own merit, unaware of any connection to my father until my name triggered the memory. But the guilt, he admitted honestly, was absolutely part of why he'd reached out personally, instead of simply having his firm process the deal like any other pitch. His one condition wasn't financial at all. He wanted to personally mentor me through the next funding round, using 30 years of experience he felt he owed, in some indirect way, to a partner he'd never fully made things right with. I accepted, cautiously at first, still processing the surreal size of what had just landed in my lap. Over the following year, his mentorship proved genuinely invaluable, connections and guidance I couldn't have accessed any other way, alongside funding that kept my company alive through its hardest stretch. He also, quietly, without me asking, set up a retroactive settlement for my mother, adjusting for what he now believed the original buyout should have actually been worth 30 years earlier, adjusted fairly for inflation and the technology's eventual success. My company is profitable now, still small, but stable and growing. I named our flagship product after my father, a detail my new mentor noticed immediately the first time he saw it, and had to step out of the room for a moment before returning, composed, ready to keep working. Some debts really do wait 30 years to find the right moment to finally get paid. Sometimes that moment looks exactly like a cold pitch email nobody expected to matter at all.